Having some technical difficulties. Hold with me 1 second. Cool. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the very unofficial, very quick stream. Doing some things new tonight. We're going to try out using my actual camera as a webcam. Kind of ate everything. So, typical thing, if you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, appreciate that. It's where I post out my announcements and things related to what I'm working on. So, tonight, we are trying new things. Cool. So, this is my desk. Wow, my hand is very slow to get into the webcam. Interesting. All right. So, what I am excited about tonight. So, there's a stream I had a few nights ago, about a week at this point, maybe 2 weeks, where I printed a case, a lovely little case for a Raspberry Pi display. And this just came in the mail. Tried to put the original Raspberry Pi case or Raspberry Pi display into this case. Managed to properly snap the screen in half. Went, oh, shoot, and ended my stream. So tonight, we got something new in the mail. We got a replacement screen. Actually got 4 replacement screens because this came along. I ordered 2 screens and they got lost in the mail for like over a week. So these are kind of by lottery free. So what do we need? We want specifically the screen. We can throw everything else away for now. So there's the screen. And last time our issue was that this screen did not fit in this hole. And so I enlarged it by a millimeter each way, and it fits very snugly this time, which is very nice. There you go. That's what this will look like when this is done. So, cool. It'll fit. So, let's put it in. One other development since I last originally designed this case was that I got these cool little, this is on my soldering iron bits that, give me 1 moment. So I got this box of nuts. And these nuts, you can actually press fit, or you can press in with a soldering iron into plastic. So I think I sized these out for M3s. Can't remember how deep I went, so I'll have to double check. But basically you can see that, like, oh, I lost my video. Bear with me a moment. Oh yeah, this is definitely experimental with this new camera. Cool. Okay, so we're back. So take these little bits in this bin, and they don't really fit right now. But if I take the soldering iron, stick it in here, heat it up, push it down, it gets stuck in this hole and melts rather nicely. So we are going to press fit, in this case, all these screws that we need. And then I have an M3 kit. Just a straight up kit of M3 and M2s and all these other nuts and screws that we will use to close this case up. So, got my trusty solder iron here, which I'm going to plug in. And we're going to get to soldering and assembling this case. Give me one moment. Doing this all very quick and dirty tonight. So if y'all have questions for me or anything, feel free to throw them in chat and I'll try and get back to them as quickly as possible. Cool. All right. So this is my first time streaming me using a soldering iron. So hopefully this goes well. Let's move all this cruft out of the way. All right. This is a new soldering iron, by the way, so I'm just getting used to this guy. Okay, cool. He's heating up. So I should be able to, I'm going to move myself a little bit out of the way. Just so y'all can see better, so bear with me one moment. Oh, I can already smell the soldering iron heating up. Cool. All right, now I'm slightly out of the way. So, got this guy. Last time I rushed this a little bit, so I don't want to rush it. I know we need M3 screws. So, looking at this panel back here, just trying to figure out what screw I want. Or, sorry, nut. M3 probably by... this one. This one's the shallowest, actually. Yeah, this feels better. Oh, that might be too high. Oh, it looks like something I mixed in there. Looks like an M4, actually. All right. I'm nervous about screws all mixing up, so I'm just going to pull out an M3, an actual M3 screw out of my kit. Okay. So this is an M3. These look like the actual thing. M3, I think this is what I was designing for, if I recall correctly, is the M3 by 4, which height-wise, that looks perfect to fit in there. Kind of hard to see on the camera. And that's definitely an M3. Cool. Okay, so pop 4 of these in. See, we'll start here. All right. I'm going to grab a pocket knife. Don't want to burn myself. And it slowly sinks in. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Man, I really like that I discovered these. Trying to do screws with plastic stuff just sucks. This is, man, just night and day from what I'm used to. Cool. And if we did that right, we should be able to grab an M3 screw that doesn't go very deep. Let's see. The shallowest M3 screw I have is M3 by 4 millimeters. Let's try out one of these. So hopefully, should just be able to throw this in here. Hand crank this, or hand tighten. I'm gonna go grab some Allen keys. I'll be right back. Or I guess I grabbed an Allen key because I'm confident that the one I grabbed is the correct one. And it isn't. Ooh, be right back. All right, so I grabbed the next two sizes. I believe it's this one. Perfect. Oh my gosh, and it screws in. Oh, that. Wow, that is awesome. That feels so nice. That feels really nice. All right, let's get 3 more of these. Man, I'm so excited to make this a permanent display. Ah, sorry. So just keeping an eye on myself that my hands get way in the way. Sorry, first time doing this. Streaming, making things with the webcam. Cool, tight fit. And the last one. Oh, of course, the last one doesn't fit. It's always got to be something, you know? Ooh. Oh, man. You're so close. Come on, little guy. Doesn't want to fit. Okay, interesting. All right, so we can fix that later. The great thing about this is that kind of usually when you do this kind of thing, like if I didn't push those in with the soldering iron, as you could screw something in once and then after that it just wouldn't work. And that's just a big bummer. Kind of like if you screw something into wood, it'll work once, but you unscrew it and then screw it back in, it like doesn't really fit. So once I actually properly fit that, I wonder if I can just, I'll be able to just continue to screw and screw out, or unscrew. But I'm real quick just going to try and unscrew and loosen these real, and see if I can't squeeze this other one in. Cool. Ooh. Camera off, turn it back on. All right, so clearly the camera does not want to keep doing this. Learning experience, but we got it in. It's tight. We got 4 fit. 4 screws fitted. Can't really see because my hands are in the way. Apologies. That looks awesome. That's cool. My very interesting red color choice. Okay, so before we actually seal this guy up, I want to grab one of my many boxes off of my shelf. Has the remaining components that I want, so I'm just gonna flip through these real quick. Cool. Got the Raspberry Pi. Got the HDMI connector. Somehow lost the USB cable, but there it is. Oh man, I've actually grown to have an excessive amount of Raspberry Pis these days. I have this one. I have this one. One of these is actually loaded with the firmware. Oh, darn it. Fun problems to solve. Fun problems to solve. Okay, so I guess we just plug it in and see what happens. Okay, so I know that HDMI needs to go in last because, or sorry, power needs to go in last. We're going to plug in the HDMI. And then we're going to plug in this bit, which powers the screen. Apologies, you can't quite see this. I'm just basically plugging in a bunch of things. Not the most exciting task. I've never actually tried to fit in this case, so I might actually need to unscrew the screen, but hopefully not. Believe. Come on. No. Oh, awesome. Okay. I printed that pretty tightly. Okay, cool. So those are the two things we need to make the screen work. And now we need power. So what am I hoping to get out of this? I'm hoping that the screen turns on because I haven't actually finished wiring up the screen or coding the screen to make it turn into like a little kiosk mode. If I really wanted to disconnect my keyboard, I could do that. That's not really goal tonight. I want to see if I can turn this into a case. That's really the hope for this stream. And that it'll turn on when I eventually plug it in. And hopefully don't burn everything down because I can still smell the soldering iron going. Okay. All right, moment of truth. Or a moment of truth. Because I've had several moments of truth and things have not worked out well. Power on. Come on. Okay. Perfect. Oh, okay. I don't know why that was so exciting. Raspberry Pi turned on. Screen hopefully will display anything. Fingers crossed. Okay. I want to see a whole scrolling of text run out the sides, though. Not good. Ooh. Awesome. Okay, we're in. We are in. That's the Raspberry Pi. Welcome. Blurry as heck. Y'all can't see it. Apologies. But it says, welcome to the Raspberry Pi desktop. Awesome. 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 Ah, this is very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to finish assembling the case. There's a lot of stringy crap in here. I need to get better at my printing. Okay, so it's a weird tangent, but anyway. What up, Cheese It? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining me tonight. All right, so we are going to disconnect these for now. Move this out of the way. We are going to put in 4 more nuts into here. Screw the Raspberry Pi into there. And then put in 4 more nuts into here. And then we will be done. Okay, so we grabbed the M3s before. So we want these small little guys. Oop. Oh, that's gonna be hot. I should grab the blood. Do not want to burn myself tonight. It's the last thing I need tonight. Is to also burn myself on top of all this. Cool. 1 down, 3 to go. Nope. Oh man, these parts really mix up in this case. Also, I'm gonna put that back in there while I'm talking, which is quite of a bummer. I've actually pulled out now. Yeah, there's totally mixed up parts in this case, which almost makes me feel like I should pull out a. Gosh, this is totally gonna bite me in the butt one day where I totally solder in the wrong part. So let's see. I'm just gonna do a quick check. So I know. I mean, I don't even know if this is an M3 screw. The case says it's an M3 screw. I don't know. At some point, you got to believe. And I guess if the first thing screws in together, so that screws in, so it's clearly an M3. Or if, no comment. Cool. Okay, so they all at least screw into this. I'm gonna say that's sufficient amount to continue smashing them into this case. I've slightly less care about the back part because the back part took about an hour to print. This bit over here took me 4 hours to print, and yeah, don't want to print it again because 4 hours is kind of long. Cool. Ah. Oops. I'm totally going to burn myself at some point. You totally forget that you're holding something that is operating at whatever 550 stands for on the temperature thing. I swear I'm an engineer some days. Okay. So I believe when I was modeling, it should sit like that. Most definitely going to go through these really small screws very quickly. But luckily I've just bought these cases, so I have sufficient amount to screw them in. Then grab the right Allen key. Cool. Do I have anything smaller for M3? I don't. Oh no. Ah, shit. I don't think. Oh, this feels painful. The Raspberry Pi board just slightly does not like M3 screws. I think it prefers M2s. This feels totally bad. Yikes. And the camera turned off again. So maybe I'll not screw all these in. That's actually in. Interesting. Okay. Chances this actually splits the board apart in unintended ways, and I totally ruin this Raspberry Pi. It's only like $30 out of my pocket, which I've destroyed circuits before and lost as much money. I remember when Arduinos used to cost like $30 a piece, and I once just watched. I had like invested all this money, and I was like so excited to get this board, and then I fried the thing, and I just watched. They call it the blue smoke, and you watch the blue smoke come out. You never put the blue smoke back in. It's basically when your thing catches fire and you've ruined your circuit. Cool. That looks pretty good. It's like held in there pretty solid. I don't think I need to do the last 2 screws, to be honest. Okay, so the last bit, I don't actually remember which side is right side up for this screen. So I'm going to plug this all back in. Actually, before we do that, let's actually finish these 4 screws here real quick. And I believe we went a little deeper with the M3s, so we can choose... I don't know, an M3 by 8? I think an M3 by 8 goes sufficiently deep. Hopefully it does. If not, whoops. Ruined the case. Okay, definitely need the pliers for this. I wonder if the shell will actually heat up enough to go all the way through. If it does, love this product. Oh, y'all can't even see. Okay. Oh, it goes very slowly. Oh, but that is... Oh, I wish I could have experienced that in high def. That was beautiful. This is very satisfying to plug this in. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Thought for a second I put in the wrong. I thought I put in like an M2 screw. I might have, to be honest. You live and you learn, you know? Perfect. All right. So, let's see. Next step is just to ensure that this thing actually shuts. Or maybe, oh, come on. The HDMI does not want to go in. There we go. Cool. All right. So just real quick, I probably just want to figure out which side is upright on this screen before I go and shut everything up. So I want to use this little output hole as the back cord. The whole joke about flipping USBs around until they fit. Rotate them 3 times, and then come on, there we go, cool. Oh man, definitely got some printing defects in this guy. I don't know if y'all can see. Nope, can't see. Hard to see. But yeah, got a little bit right there, which is a bit rough. All right, so this way is right side up. All right, so we'll say that the text in the back kind of dictates which way is right side up. So it means that if we rotate everything, disconnect the power switch, run it through the back hole, plug it in. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I've never really finished something. Like, I do so many hobby electronics, 3D printing, whatnots. Okay, so this should be the bottom. But I like, oh my god, this is so exciting. So I've done a proper job of actually botching these holes on the corners, which screws are supposed to go through. Which is hella bummer, which means I have to deal with this. I can't just have like some nice, like, boop, passing screws through, and then I have like a nice little display. Also, sorry for stabbing the microphone there. Did not mean that. All right. I'm just going to see what the soldering iron can do. Oh, that actually works pretty well. It like pokes little holes. It smells. But it makes lovely little holes out of this kind of fail of a print. So chances that a nice size M3 actually passes through that. Zilch. Boo. Just kind of jiggling the soldering iron about to see if I can't enlarge these holes. That's terrible, but it works. Kind of. It smells like burning plastic. Lovely. It weirdly seems like if I heat up with a soldering iron, it stays hot long enough that I can actually kind of enlarge the holes when I pass this screw through it. So let's watch this process real quick. So I come in, jiggle it about, sufficiently heated up, and then I take this screw and I press it through. And I let it sit until the plastic actually kind of cools down. And then I can pull it out. Maybe not this one. This one requires unscrewing. But it leaves us with a nice hole that we can actually screw into, which is very nice. Lots of learning opportunities here. Cool. Love to see it. All right, cool. Okay, so I think we don't want such a deep M3 screw that I was using to bust those holes through. We probably want, I don't know, I'm just looking through my little bag of screws. M3 by 8s feel good. Let's do that. Let's see what that does. All right, so we grab 4 of these and my Allen key. Oh my gosh, we're about to case up this thing that has haunted me for months. I'm super excited about this. Oh, and camera's down again. This reminds me a lot of being an intern as a mechanical engineer, is using screws like this, and I think they've just kind of followed me as like they have a warm place in my heart that I love. Just like, I don't know, screws like this. God, that sounds nerdy as fuck. But when you can like drop them, okay, so this is not actually a good example because this print was kind of terrible, but when you can drop them in, just looking around to see if anything on my desk is actually usable as an example. Well, none of these screws actually want to go in. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, just screwing things in. We will come back to my original rambling in a second. Hopefully I can just get this last screw in and flip it over and be like, whoa, that's a screen. Oh yeah. All right, we got some grip on this, I think. Eesh, that's not a good sign. Cool. Okay. Pew! Oh god. That was, ow. Just dropped my pocket knife on my foot. That is pretty slick. I mean, it displays nothing. It displays an error about SSHing. Whatever. Don't care. I wonder. Okay, so it's actually touchscreen. Oh, this is. I don't have a keyboard though, so I can't actually touch it or type anything in. But that's like, if you want a beautiful picture. Oh, where is that? That's Oh man, it borders. I believe this is a background photo. It's not Thailand. Anyway, a beautiful photo of a country in Southeast Asia. Anyway, oh gosh, getting super. Ah, this is. I just gotta. This looks like. Ooh, as I drop it. It's not the prettiest. Oh, I realized I have to look at a focus with my camera. Whoops. Oh yeah, that makes everything much more in focus. My bad, y'all. Still learning this. But that's like a case. That's a case. Like that would sit on your shelf, and that looks okay. Very excited about this. I'm very excited about this. So there used to be a website that I wrote that would display on the screen pre-COVID that would display buses and weather and stuff for the day. That's kind of useless now, at least for the next 2 months. So I got to figure out what I want to actually do with this screen. But change the date. Oh man, yeah. But that's. I'm very happy with this. I have this bad habit of like not finishing projects. I've tried to focus on actually finishing projects recently. It's not the prettiest, but it's something. It's mine, and it's finished. Physically finished, I should say. Digitally. I guess it could use some love. I was actually looking up tricks and tips of how to smooth out. I don't know if the light will hit this just right. Yeah, you can actually see, like, right on my left thumb. That looks like shit. It looks even worse on the other side. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks terrible. So there's, like, room for improvement with the printer. But I'm, like, about functional prints. Things that function, things that work. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to see if I could package this all up and put it in a lovely little box, because, you know, that's what we do. Package stuff up, we put them in a lovely little box, and we put them on our shelves. So yeah. So thanks for joining this rambling little stream about whatever it was to assemble this whole little case. This is a big milestone for me. I'm very excited about this. So I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. So yeah, I'll probably do, for those that don't have the full context, there's 2 other videos that precede this, which I'll upload, or that already exist on YouTube. I'll upload this as the 3rd video. And then maybe do like another video or 2 where I write some code for this guy and figure out a way to, from my desktop that's over here, how to just SSH into it, edit the code, make it boot up and display whatever I want, which I think is called kiosk mode, and then point it at some website that I write or build. At least for this time, it'll probably be a pretty simple website. I would love to display the weather and bus times again, but I don't really leave my house anymore. So, to be decided what I actually do with it. Yeah, and then I'll link resources, where to buy the screen, where to buy the Raspberry Pi, where to buy the screws, the nuts, the soldering iron adapters, the models and all that stuff. I'll post that as well. So thanks for stopping by. For those that want to learn more about what I do related to CAD, soldering, circuits, programming, and such, July 6th to July 10th, I'm doing a week-long series of streams. You can scroll down below in Twitch, or if you're on YouTube, check out painlessprototyping.com. If we switch over real quick, let's switch over to the screen share. Cool. So if you scroll down on my videos, there's this little link down here, brings you to painlessprototyping.com. I run a little thing, totally free. Got an FAQ and such. You can register by clicking on this link. Invite you to attend. Would love to share what I know with you. So that, I believe, is it for the stream. Anyone has any last questions? Looks like chat's pretty quiet tonight, and that's cool. We'll be back next time. We'll be streaming regularly on Tuesdays. Might shift to a more regular Thursday or some other day kind of thing, to be decided. But definitely July 6th and July 10th, a lot of streaming. But you gotta check it out. So until then, I'll see you later.